Alright, we are on the draw with Rug Delver like I promised in that deck update video. I am in a match right now. Good luck to you too, mate. I think this hand's a keep. We can get a stomping ground and search out an island. If we draw a land, we just go straight for Delver. Blackleaf Inquisition, Thoughtseize. Basically the same thing. This might actually be traditional Jund. I imagine they take either Traverse, Visions, or Delver, maybe Goyf. I don't think you... Well, maybe you take the Denial if you're banking on a Liliana or something. That's possible. I think that they took Goyf. Contrary to what I say about Liliana being very bad very bad for us, it's excellent against us. We didn't top deck a land, so we're going to traverse out an island. We should probably fix our mana so that we can start slamming threats and maybe some disruption too, as opposed to going Delver and then trying to cantrip. Seems loose. Yeah, so like I was saying, even though I always say you want to play around Liliana whenever possible, because if it resolves, you're in big trouble. If they were to take our Denial and we didn't top deck another, we would be in a position in which you cannot play around Liliana, because you don't have a way to counter it. Smoldering Marsh. Not sure what they're on. We're just going to slam Goyf here to use our mana as efficiently as possible. It's possible we wanted to get a breeding pool. I should have considered that. I'm on a bit of a kick now where if I don't have any red cards and I'm not really hoping to Visions into something like a Lightning Bolt, I'll go Breeding Pool Island with the Traverse draws. Goblin Rabblemaster, well now I really want a Lightning Bolt. So if you can't play around Liliana, you should play into it, which might be counterintuitive, but it's probably a good idea because then they tick down, getting rid of your threat instead of ticking up while you have nothing on board, which is worse. We're going to Visions because I want to see some removal. That's removal. Snap seems bad when we only have 2 lands. We're going to slam this Mandrills. So it looks like they're on either Black-Red or Mardu tokens due to that main deck Rabblemaster. Rabblemaster is not common in this format. I think if anything people play it in sideboards because in a mid-range deck without many removal targets, people will board out their removal and then you can slam Rabblemaster and pretty much just get them. So I think that's the game plan. We don't need to see our hand, we'll just look at our graveyard. They take Simic Charm, which makes sense. Second Rabblemaster, we might be in serious trouble. The goblins have to attack, and if they're attacking, I think they attack with the Rabblemaster, because it's a 5/2. We can trade and take 3, or we block, take 7, and keep Mandrills around. Mandrills can deal with 1 token a turn, but they make 2, so I think we just have to suck it up and block there. Bolt is good. We're going to Bolt. Do we want a Visions? Maybe. Bolt that. If we play Delver, our opponent has no cards in hand. That makes me just want to stabilize as quickly as possible. The thing is, flip Delver blocks and Visions can fix our draws. I think we're going to go with Visions. Lightning Bolt actually is pretty good. Especially if they have a 3rd Rebelmaster or something like that. So I think that's fine. I was hoping for a land or maybe a big threat. Them playing Kolaghan's Command makes me pretty happy, because they're going to spend their turn getting back a Rabblemaster, which we will then kill. So I'm pretty okay with that. We're going to go to 10, maybe less. Do we have to discard or do they shock? We discard. We'll get rid of one of those. They don't know about this denial. They know about the Delver, not the leak we drew. We take some damage, draw a bolt, and we'll just play Delver. Let's head to end step, because after they play a Rabblemaster, we're going to bolt it so they don't get the extra token. Then maybe we'll be able to hold up Mana Leak and block tokens favorably. Before combat, we're just going to do that. I don't care if you're still in your main phase, that's fine. Go to us. We take 3, that's okay. If Delver flips right now, we can block, and we can. It's unfortunate now that they'll play around Mana Leak, though. I don't think we can really attack here, because we're not really the beatdown, so we'll just pass. We hit them down to 15, we go to 4, and that doesn't seem very good at all. Oh, Slaughter Pact is so good here. Why am I on that skip? Not that we could counter that anyways, but I really shouldn't be on the your turn right now. That is a big mistake. Okay, so we're going to 4 anyways. We need a Goyf, a Mandrills. There's Goyf. Okay. So we're in the game. They spend their turn on Slaughter Pact. Or at least they spend 3 mana, I think. Yeah, it's 3. 2 black. 2 and a black. They can hit us down to 2. But we can't stop that, so we won't. If they don't have anything, we don't die to these goblins. Well, that's never getting cast. Not only do we not want to play that Dismember, we literally cannot. Abbot of Carol Keep means we are dead, unfortunately. We will Mana Leak it. Disrupting Shoal would be pretty good here. Unfortunately, it's not in our hand. Yup. Resolves. Does its thing. Blackleaf Cliffs. That's not very informative. It doesn't look like our opponent is playing white. Looks like straight just black-red. Oh, I forgot Abbot of Carol Keep doesn't have haste. We go to 1. Okay, we have a shot. We need to draw something very good, but we have a shot. What is it? The universe is cruel. That's all I can say. The universe is very, very cruel. We're dead. They technically don't know. If they did, I would attack them just for funsies. As is, we'll make them do the actual killing. We won't just kill ourselves. Oh, that's so mean. That's so mean. I don't even want to block anything after that. That's just awful. Okay, we're going to sideboard. Curiosity seems bad against this deck. I don't want to do too much attacking early. Spreading Seas seems good if they're low on lands. Otherwise, it's probably bad. We didn't see any heavy color requirements from them. The whole creature suite's good. Renegade seems pretty good here. Can block anything they have if revolted, except for a boosted Rabblemaster. I want all my bolt effects. We'll put Spreading Seas over here because we might be cutting it. These all seem fine. So do the lands. On the play, I think I want my Mana Leaks. Might cut some Thought Scours. Dismember probably goes. I don't think they're packing anything huge. Could be cutting a Simic Charm. Spell Snare counters Abbot of Carol Keep. I think that's it. Let's throw that over on that side. Most of these seem fine. I like denialing, say, a Slaughter Pact. Or, I mean, sometimes you want to denial a Thoughtseize, just not usually. Could be good against whatever late game spells they have. Didn't see anything that these hit. EE could be good. More importantly, Pyroclasm is coming in immediately. So are the Huntmasters, not the Ancient Grudge. Sneaky Ancient Grudge wants to work its way into our deck. Mountain seems good. Vapor Snag doesn't. Blood Moon seems pretty awful. Although, we'll consider that shortly. I do think I want the other Snapcaster Mage. We'll keep the extra land. We were pretty much just mana screwed for that game, although we didn't hit the cards we needed regardlessly. I don't think Vapor Snag's very good here. 7 cards have to leave the deck. Starting with those. Now 2 cards have to leave the deck. How bad is Disrupting Shoal? The other nice thing about the Snapcaster in the board, we can board in an extra 2-drop to pitch. Although we cut out some 2-drops, so it's probably just the Disrupting Shoals that get cut. Maybe a Denial. We can bring back a card, perhaps one of these Disrupting Shoals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue is passable. I have no idea what I actually want to counter out of their deck with that. Let's bring back Spreading Seas. Moon could be good, except it looked like a lot of their action cards were red, which means it does nothing against those. The black cards were all early cards, so if they have a single basic swamp, they can pay for Slaughter Pact. That doesn't seem great. Maybe an EE over the Spreading Seas. We'll do that. That seems good. I didn't really want both EEs. 4 lands. We'll actually keep this. Yeah, that's fine. It's certainly not ideal, but it is fine. Our opponent mulliganing makes me somewhat happy. We're going to start on Delver. I wanted to bring in an EE because it functions as an extra Pyroclasm, which is something I would like. Plus, I figured it was just slightly better than the Spreading Seas, since we no longer have Shoal. I think I want to fetch right away, but that means we can't get Stomping Ground, so we're only on the 1 green and the 1 red. I don't know how important that is. Let's just start with a Shock. I think this hand is okay because we have Threat, we have Cantrip, we have Interaction, and we have all the lands we'll need, so we basically... every card we draw is live, except if we just flood out a lot, but it's pretty unlikely for our deck to flood. They probably take the explosives, but that's fine. It's certainly not ideal. It's also an artifact for Tarmogoyf. They took Thought Scour. That's interesting. Do we flip? We do. We're also going to cast that. Of course, we're going to knock them down to 15 first, because that's just good manners. There's nothing I want to do specifically pre-combat, so I like just attacking before I cast my spells. We don't need green mana anytime soon. Do we want to fetch now? I actually think we should fetch before we use the Serum Visions. That cuts off a lot of our options, though. We'll hold the fetch for a while. That's fine. Denial seems passable. Don't want that Steam Vents. Do want the Bolt. We'll also hold up Denial in case that becomes important. It probably won't be, but it could be. Basic Swamp. Lightning Bolt means Delver's going away, and there's nothing we can do about that. So, turn over. Cool, we'll draw the Bolt. Probably play the Shock Tap. They know all of these cards, So it doesn't really matter in an information sense which land we play. It's just, do I want to get a land out of my deck? That puts a denial, I believe I scried to the bottom, back in. Ah, that's fine. Let's get that out of the way sooner rather than later. They don't know about these two, which is kind of nice because that's the interaction. So they don't know what interaction to play around. I like that. We probably get a stomping ground so that we have blue. We'll have red, red. We'll have green, green. And blue, blue, blue. May as well kill this. I specifically wanted to act before combat because Rabblemaster trigger, but we'll take out Bob anyways. I don't think I want them to have an active Bob. That seems like a losing proposition. Huntmaster would be fantastic. Mandrills is basically... Is it better than Huntmaster in this spot? Probably not, although it doesn't die to Lightning Bolt. I think we play this tapped and just play our Mandrills. I don't want to play Explosives until they do something because we have plenty of mana. So we may as well have the option of what to blow up. Let's get rid of everything. They don't know if we have mana leak. Shrink that down, go to end step. Let's hold up that denial. Rabblemaster is a pain, but the token it makes will have haste and be forced to attack, and it will just crash into Mandrills. If they have a lightning bolt, that will be denialed. Yeah, that's fine. Mana leak. Do we win the race? I don't think so. We hit for 4. They hit for 4. We hit for 4. They hit for 5. We hit for 4. They hit for 6. I believe that's how that goes. And I believe we die before they die. We could play this on 3, but I don't think I like that. Yeah, we'll just sit here and wait. I think that's fine. Kalidas is something I would love to mana leak. That is a nice mana leak target. You pay 4, I pay 2, we trade 1 for 1. That's my kind of trade. Block there. Did we block there? Come on, Xmage, work with me. There we go. I apparently clicked too fast. Another mana leak. We can put the mana leak shield down and play EE for 3, while having denial up to take out a Kolaghan's command. That seems good. That seems like something I'd want to do. Let's leave up the steam vents. So green, red, blue. I would prefer if we don't screw up our EE. Cast explosives. X is 3. 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana. And we'll just hold up Kolaghan's command. Do we attack here? We'll wait one more turn. Once we can deal with the Rabblemaster, they basically don't have a clock on us. Rabblemaster trigger, yep. Now, I'm inclined to take one off of this, just in case they have a lightning bolt at this point, because I think protecting the engineered explosives is more important than not taking 1 damage. So that one we'll let through. Chandra. Cool. Fantastic. 10 out of 10 would counter again. This game we're learning a lot more about our opponent's deck. The EE is a lot less versatile than the Bolt at this point, so I think we just get in there and then pop it. There is something to be said for popping it beforehand so they can't block with the Rabble Master. But if they block with the Rabble Master, we just pop it and not care. That is assuming we assume they have a bolt. Worst case scenario, we can leak the bolt, but I'd really like to leak whatever else. They do that. Do we want to kill it? I think we do. We have plenty of interaction here. We can bolt or leak, whichever is better. Let's just get rid of Rabble Master. Trample does its thing. Go to end step. If they play another, we either leak or bolt it before combat. And we'll see what happens. Oh, this is exciting. I like tempo quite a bit, but playing this deck game 2 and 3 is just so amazing because of how it changes up. I love the ability to switch roles. We can't mana leak that, so it's fine. Yep. Land, cool. Makes it harder to mana leak, but what are you gonna do? Go to end step. I'm not bolting the 1/1 token. And it looks like they're not attacking with it for some reason. We have a Huntmaster in our hand. We're gonna get in there first. It looks like we're gonna take this game, as long as we're careful. They could bolt through a mana leak at this point, but then we resolve Huntmaster probably. Plus this play is putting our opponent down to 7. We have a bolt and a Huntmaster. That is not a non-zero amount of reach. Do we tap out for this guy? Probably, right? He's kind of fantastic. I think it's worth it. Green, red, blue, any color. Well, any color that is either blue or red. Huntmaster resolves they didn't have it. I'm not sure why they blocked. They don't want to go down to 6 because of bolt? Possible. Very, very possible. Our opponent's flooding out this game. They arguably flooded out last game too. Not having a spell will hurt them because it means they're just straight up dead. That's a spell. Of course, we have the bolt. I'm not entirely sure why they did all that, because they weren't dead on board. They would go down to 1 off of Mandrels plus Wolf Token. Oh, Wolf Token could block. Maybe that was it. Alright. Do we want to sideboard anymore? EE seemed good. Of course, Pyroclasm does all that much work and more. EE can't take out Kalidas or Planeswalkers such as Chandra. I think we want this denial back in because of the presence of Chandra. Does Kalidas make us want to do anything? Possibly this Simic Charm, possibly this Dismember. Being on the draw, I could see cutting 1 mana leak to be good. Maybe we just don't want the explosives after all. It was good that game, but we don't know if it'll actually be good. We could cut a Traverse. Maybe. Could be a good idea. I really think it's down to these cards that we brought back in. Simic Charm and Dismember serve the same purpose of dealing with Kalidas, basically. We can trample over him, or we can make him poof. Simic Charm has the added benefit of reach, but Dismember is kind of less versatile, I guess. Although it's better when we have nothing. But I think I like that Simic Charm, and maybe we don't care about the denial after all. Maybe we just cut a Thought Scour. Looks like we're going to be pretty interactive, given that they have main deck discard, and we want to be a mid-range deck right now. So I think I'm happy with cutting those Scours for Dismember, Simic Charm, and keeping the 3rd denial. One thing I might be worried about is flooding out on Mandrels, but we do have more lands than normal, and we basically will just have to mulligan smart. Let's see what we got. On the draw one more time against black-red tokens, black-red mid-range. This hand's a keep. I don't know what I'm going to call this deck in the title. Yeah. Let's see how it plays out. Is that the manland? It is the manland. Neat. Maybe that's why they're flooding. They've been flooding out. They have flood insurance set up already. I think I want this Scalding Tarn to get a stomping ground because it looks pretty unlikely that our opponent is playing Blood Moon out of the board. With manlands like that, you'd probably want those. And if we get island, we don't have green, which will let us traverse for fun stuff. So we're just gonna do that thing where we play the Steam Vents and the Delver. And then pass the turn. It's nice that they didn't go turn 1 discard. Of course they could go turn 2 discard. I'm just confused at this point. I would love to reveal that bolt. I don't want to play the Goyf. We will go land Delver. We attack first. Worst comes to worst, we give up green, and we cast Denial. That's pretty much the only thing that won't go to plan right now. I like playing Delver. Getting a Stomping Ground and bolting their turn 3 play is going to feel fantastic. Please be a Rabble Master. Come on. I could live with a Blood Moon, but show me a Liliana of the Veil. Yes. Oh yes, that's fantastic. I don't need more red, I don't think. Or at least I'm not going out of my way for it, so we get the island. Or is Steam Vents better? Let's just get an island and denial it. Oh, I like that a lot. So it turns out they were playing Liliana. We didn't really have to worry too much about them going turn 3 Liliana because we would sack the unflipped Delver and then kill the Liliana. If it ticks up, both Delvers have flipped. We have a 3-turn clock, ladies and gentlemen. With the ability to play Tarmogoyf and hold up Thought Scour or Lightning Bolt, I think we're going to be the beatdown from this point on. I don't even think we're scared of Kalidas. Shock Goyf. So yeah. If they tick Lily up, we just hit them with both. Even if this doesn't flip, 4 is enough. If Lily ticks down, takes out the unflipped Delver, Lily dies. I'm okay with getting 1 for 1 and them trading 2 mana worth of tempo for 3 damage that goes at Lily instead of at them. So that's all good. We're going to Thought Scour ourselves, I think. If they have the Slaughter Pact, there it is. They target the Goyf. That's not what I expected. I would think you really want the Delvers dead. That's fine. They get their 2/2, that's okay. That won't race us. And we have Bolt in hand. And actually, is Delirium on anytime soon? Oh, Goyf got exiled. That's just lame. I was hoping for Bolt, Snap, Bolt shenanigans. 3 card types. Visions is going to be the 4th. We can do it. We actually can just kill them. Unless we want to play around second... Do we want to play around second Slaughter Pact? Or do we play around discard? If they had discard, they would have played it by now. I could see holding on to a second Slaughter Pact. They won't be able to pay for the second Slaughter Pact. We just kill them. Target there. I was really hoping we'd get to do a cool play where we attack with both Delvers, bolt them, cast Visions, traverse for Snap because now we have 4 types in the graveyard, bolt them on their end step. They would go to 2. Then on our upkeep we untap Snap Bolt. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do the cool play. Instead, they were just dead to the simple use your reach and kill them. We didn't have to tutor out our reach. That was pretty fun. I'm going to go ahead and say that's a black-red mid-range deck due to the presence of Liliana and Kalidas. Of course, those could have been boarded in, but what are you going to do? That's what we'll call it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.